So she goes to bed,
COVID,
and
apparently.
I'm sitting on the couch, and my throat starts hurting. Like my nose starts running. I'm feeling like very feverish, and I'm like, okay, here it is. I've got it. I took another test. This is my third test in a matter of 18 hours. Another negative. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I just have the man flu at the same time as she has COVID. Very, very inconvenient for her, because now she's going to have to take care of me while she's got a pandemic.
God, you son of a bitch. I can't even with you right now. You're like, first things first, I don't feel all the way well. Please help.
Exactly.
Please.
So I go to bed Sunday night, and I wake up Monday morning, and my entire body is killing me. I hurt so bad.
Which is not what she has been going through for the past, few days. So that's good. It's just you at this point, which is nice. Me. That's good. Yes.
It's just me. She's like, well, let's test again. So this is test number 4. I was like, well, I just took a test last night before I went to bed. She's like, you took another test? I was like, yeah, I didn't want to sleep in this bed anymore. I figured if I was positive, I could come to our real bed. She watches me test to make sure that I'm testing.
Like, you ever had COVID sex, baby? Like, that's what he's thinking in his mind.
Wait for it. Just wait for it.
Oh, God, I don't want to. No.
So.
And now it's time for the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris.
Come on, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
That's right. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number 1 by our friends and family. We are the podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting. If you'd like to connect with us on the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, the MySpace, the YouTube, just check out our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our sweet merchandise and join our Patreon, our clubhouse. Become a friend with benefits. For as low as $1 a month, you can watch us record live. Also, please vote for us. We are a finalist, we hope, on Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition under the category Local Notables Best Local Podcast. Just vote No New Friends Podcast for Best Local Podcast. My name is Scott. I am the host. With me, as always, my co-host. I'm an architect for her pain. Not only is she the queen of Sunrail, she's the queen of quarantine, Mary.
Mary.
And our other co-host, he's a LinkedIn expert, but he's also our scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Go ahead. Say my name.
Destiny's Child.
Say my name, say my name.
Beetlejuice.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on. You don't know it?
No. I mean, it could be so many movies, I feel.
You're Heisenberg. You're goddamn right. Breaking Bad. Come on.
That's a TV show.
It's not a movie.
I've done TV shows. Give me a break. Give me a break.
I've never seen Breaking Bad.
That's even worse. Carry on, my wayward son.
Well, listen, it has happened. I have, COVID has entered my household. It started with my wife on Friday not feeling incredibly well. I found this out as I was already at work, and she went to sleep. No big deal. Just, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Saturday, woke up, wasn't feeling fantastic. I went to work. She texted me with a picture of what looked to be a pregnancy test. And we hadn't been to Costco in a while, so I knew it couldn't be a pregnancy test. It was a positive COVID test. So,
congratulations!
Yay!
Do we have a shower? What do we do for this? You should shower. I don't know.
Right. So I immediately said, okay, well, I guess I'm sleeping in another room. So, I chose the West Wing because no one is allowed in the West Wing. And that's a Beauty and the Beast reference, Mary.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. So
will you slow it down more for me next time?
Yeah, I gotcha. I slept in the most uncomfortable bed in the house, which is my son's old bed in the guest room, and she slept off in our room. So when I got home from work on Saturday, I immediately tested myself negative, and I'm like, all right, this could work. I may come out of this unscathed because she works in the morning, I work at night, we don't really see each other that much, and we have a king-size bed, and we have a dog that sleeps in the middle of us. So we're socially distanced at night anyway. So, I'm good. Plus, we've separated. I felt great. No problem. I'm instantly thinking, can you guess what I'm thinking? Content, ladies and gentlemen. This, thank God,
someone, let you do.
Thank God someone in my house got COVID, because I got to tell you how how ridiculous my wife has been about COVID since before it even hit the U.S. Chris, we have had a COVID drawer before COVID hit the U.S. It had gloves. It had masks. It had, like, when everybody was short on sanitizer and Lysol and all that, we had plenty, because my wife thought about all this stuff in advance. We had gloves, we had masks, we had everything. So I'm like, finally, we get to put this to use. We've got tests, we've got zinc, we've got aspirin, everything we've got a little tester for your oxygen levels. So you could test your oxygen level so we know when to go to the hospital. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm like, thank God we finally get to use this stuff. Poor thing has just been sleeping.
Yes, thank God you get to use these things. Yes.
So it's been ridiculous. We're walking around our house with masks on. I mean, we looked like we just got back from a Joe Biden rally. Just masks on in the shower, in the car by ourselves. You know, we walk the dog by ourselves. We're wearing a mask. We had just gone to a Joe Biden rally. So
are you trying to appeal to a wider? Are you casting a wider net now? Is that what you're doing?
Well, listen. I love that for you. I make fun of conservatives. I can make fun of liberals. No big deal. She goes to bed on Saturday night. I stay up watching. I get caught up on Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel. I'm good to go.
Well, that's where you caught it from.
From Disney Plus.
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
It doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't have to.
So Sunday morning, which was Father's Day, I wake up feeling great, except my anxiety kicks in. I channeled my inner Chris and Mary, and I'm at work, and you know, like when you're around someone who's like, oh, I've got pink eye, and your eyes instantly start
immediately.
Itching. Or my kid has head lice, and you're like, oh crap, you know, scratching your hair. Because
I bet you do that a lot. Yeah.
I do. And then I forget that I don't have any hair.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the day on Sunday, I'm running around work. I'm feeling like a little bit like brain foggy, and I'm feeling a little warm. I'm sweating, but I'm like, okay, I'm running around. It's a busy day. I work in the hospitality industry. So Father's Day is very busy. I'm running around like crazy. I wish I had a test on me though. I'm like, I need to test because I can't. Everybody knew what was going on, and if I would have said, "Hey, I'm feeling just one symptom," you wish you had the COVID
version of Clear Blue. I need it 1 to 3 days early. I need to know.
Right. So the thing is any if I would have told them that I had even one symptom, they would have said, "Go home," because they all knew what was going on. But
instead, you'd rather spread your virus. You had your virus hole out and open.
I was wearing a mask. I was wearing a mask. I wasn't spreading it. But also, it was just one. I felt warm and I was sweating, but again, I was running around. So I'm like, okay, so do I leave? But if I leave and then I test negative, then I left for no reason. It's like this big thing. I'm like, I just wish I could test now. It was like, if I had a box of tests on me, I would have taken 5 right now. I'm sure, Chris, this is like your daily with anxiety of, should I do this?
Keeps them in this glove box.
Oh, yeah.
Amateur.
So I make it through my day.
This sounds
pretty
normal.
Good.
This sounds normal.
Chris comes prepared with like tests and things. I just come prepared with clonazepam. I just medicate myself. Chris actually would test. I don't know.
Yeah, Scott.
This is normal. It's a Tuesday for us.
Scott's overreacting was me when Emily had COVID. I went out and bought a $90 smart thermometer so that my phone could track my temperature just in case I forgot.
Well, I did see we've got a heartworm medicine for my dogs, and it says in parentheses the intravamycin or whatever.
Yeah,
and,
take it.
I suggested to Rachel that she should take it. I'm like, this clearly works. Half the country says so.
Mm-hmm. Science.
The dogs never had COVID, so.
Right?
They haven't told us, at least.
Brilliant point. And if you don't test, you don't get positive results. So anyway, I get home from work on Sunday, and I immediately test. Negative. So that's my second negative test. I'm like, all right, I'm the responsible one of the house. I don't have COVID. You do.
I love that you take that as like a feather in your cap. Like, oh, I'm negative. I'm just gonna, that must mean I'm better than all of you. That is what I love. I love that so much.
I protected myself better than she did. So, she's just out there shaking hands with just every stranger on the street.
Raw dog in life out here.
So Sunday night, she gives me my Father's Day presents and all that, and so she goes to bed.
Be COVID, apparently.
I'm sitting on the couch, and my throat starts hurting. Like my nose starts running. I'm feeling like very feverish, and I'm like, okay, here it is. I've got it. I took another test. This is my third test in a matter of 18 hours. Another negative. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I just have the man flu at the same time as she has COVID. Very, very inconvenient for her, because now she's going to have to take care of me while she's got a pandemic.
God, you son of a bitch. I can't
flu.
even with you right now. You're like, first things first, I don't feel all the way well. Please help.
Exactly.
Please.
So I go to bed Sunday night, and I wake up Monday morning, and my entire body is killing me. I hurt so bad.
Which is not what she has been going through for the past, few days. So that's good. It's just you at this point, which is nice.
Me.
That's good. Yes.
It's just me. It feels like I'm wearing like a weighted jacket, and I'm wearing like, when like if you've ever gotten x-rays and they put like the heavy duty thing over your face so you're not getting x-rays over your head. Like, it feels like I'm wearing all this.
No, they just let us have it in our brain typically.
Okay, well,
that
would explain a lot. Anyway, she's like, well, let's test again. So this is test number 4. I was like, well, I just took a test last night before I went to bed. She's like, you took another test? I was like, yeah, I didn't want to sleep in this bed anymore. I figured if I was positive, I could come to our real bed. So she like watches me test to make sure that I'm testing.
Like,
correctly.
You ever had COVID sex, baby? Like, that's what he's thinking in his mind.
Wait for it. Just wait for it.
Oh God, I don't want to. No.
So I test myself. I test myself, and I put the swab in the, drop the little things on the thing, and it doesn't come up positive right away. And then
as the
there's the double
stayed.
Lines. Yes,
yeah, it
then
takes
there's
15 minutes.
Well, for her, she
which
kept
is
saying
long
over and over
for you,
again.
Scott. I know 15 minutes is.
I have no idea what 15 minutes feels like. She kept saying that as soon as the fluid crossed where that COVID positive line would be, hers instantly, like, she's got like hardcore COVID. She's got like full blown COVID, whereas I just have COVID.
Your
so my
COVID
test
is
comes
in
back
hiding.
positive.
Hers is just very proud of who it is.
So, yeah, he's like, I can't believe I got this guy. So I test positive, and let me tell you, there was a little bit of a sigh of relief, because then I knew it wasn't the man flu. It's like a real thing that I have.
You felt vindicated. Like, you were like, yes, these feelings are validated. I'm not just...
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Okay.
And then, so there was 2 thoughts that instantly came to my mind. Is one, I've got to let Rachel know that we only have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have COVID sex. So we've got to take advantage of going to
step
Costco
1. That's what it is. Step 1, not tell people you've been around. Not any of those things. It's step 1, you want to bang. That's...
Yes. Did all. I let everybody know, but it was, internally it was okay. We only have one opportunity at this. Let's really consider this. My second thought was, I am going to do whatever it takes to record a podcast so that I'm not going to use an excuse to not record, just so I can show Mary that I'm a hero. And
I love that you say that.
Not all heroes wear capes.
I'm not even going to defend myself in this. One of us has I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Yep. You are way stronger and much more tough than I am. And I'm so proud of you for being on this podcast tonight, Scott.
See, the man flu is real, but we can overcome. We can overcome for the betterment of content, and here we are.
Yes, we're all better people for it.
So, Chris, I think you're the only one of us that has not been graced with the vid yet, right?
I'm invincible. I kissed a COVID patient repeatedly, actually, and I'm fine.
I think that your anxiety scared it away.
Yeah, like we said before, like it just entered my body.
It was like it was too much. It was like, there's too much here, man. I have not enough room for me.
Maybe my IBS just pushed it right out too.
That could be it. No time for absorption in there, my dude.
Yeah, I'm a pretty healthy individual. The amount of McDonald's that I eat on a weekly basis, I think, has a lot to do with my pristine...
A lot of zinc in that, I think.
Yeah, which I did overdose on one time.
Or whatever that horse tranquilizer, I don't know, whatever that was, that horse stuff. Yeah, that's probably it too.
And ventromycin.
Yeah, whatever's in McDonald's, I think, is the cure, or at least the vaccine to COVID. I mean, I'm sure, the vaccine doesn't prevent you from getting it, so I guess this is like there's a probiotic and a prebiotic. The probiotic is the vaccine. The prebiotic is McDonald's.
Well,
it's the pre-vax.
You heard it here first.
Let me, Dr. Fauci, reach out to me.
I thought that maybe the fact that I was a cigarette smoker was going to help me because, I kill some of the bacteria in my mouth. And also, I knew I wouldn't be hospitalized because I'm used to not being able to breathe. So, having breathing problems would not have been an issue for me.
You were training your lungs.
Yeah, just like drinking around the world. I've been drinking around Universal for so many years, getting ready to drink around the world. I've been smoking, waiting for a lung-based pandemic to hit so that I could survive it just fine.
I have zero to say as someone who works in the healthcare industry. I have zero to say.
You don't work in the healthcare industry. You're a student.
Oh, I don't.
That's a great strategy. I think we do have to put a disclaimer on the front of this episode that we are not medical professionals. So do not take.
So don't eat McDonald's.
No. That's true. What you were saying was not true though about the smoking. No, McDonald's is proven to make a stronger body.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what were you saying, Mary?
No, nothing. I have nothing to say on the topic.
So you work in the medical profession?
I actually don't work. I'm a freeloader, asked Dexter.
Well, according to Dexter, that's true.
Yep.
Did something change? Do you work in the medical industry?
No, I don't work at all. I actually just go to school. I do nothing. Thank you, though.
Well, if there's new news, you should share.
No, I have no news. I just have strange news later.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, when we come back, Mary got into a fight on Facebook, right?
I did, indeed. Yes.
And you're going to tell us all about that, right?
Yeah, it was a good time had by all, except for that guy.
And then I did something that was very, very anxiety related at work. And I can't wait to share that.
Getting COVID? Was that it? That wasn't it?
That wasn't it. Something worse than getting COVID.
I gave COVID to a Make-A-Wish kid. Is that which one?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. And then at the end of the show, Chris has Chris's Cliff Notes once again. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, Remy, from Remy's Roundtable. Remy's Roundtable is a podcast for all of our listeners who would like to know what's going on here in the beautiful state of Florida, whether it has to be the Florida theme parks, the Florida sports, and of course we cover your top Florida headlines. We also bring the 5-Minute Professor every single month to give us our lecture and quiz on any topic that we would like to learn. So guys, do not go anywhere. You are listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Lizard people, the moon landing, birds aren't real. Hi, this is Chris from the No New Friends podcast, and if you're hearing this message, you were selected to join the resistance. For as low as $1 a month, join our Patreon and help us uncover the truth. Upon joining us, you will be invited to our secret Discord, where we help spread these truths. You will be invited to watch our live recordings where the government cannot interfere. For more information, please send a messenger pigeon to my underground bunker or visit us at www.nonewfriendspodcast.com. This message will self-destruct in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is Craig Brooks with Tasty Trivia, and you're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris. Please, as a reminder, vote for us for Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition under the category Local Notables Best Local Podcast. So, Mary, you were telling me earlier today that you got into a fight, a Facebook fight. What was it? Political?
I would say
medical.
Obviously,
what happened?
Political. I mean, I would say political, and I wouldn't say it was a fight. I think it was just more of healthy banter. Is what I thought it was.
See, when
They
I
did
posted that I had COVID, I was going to say I thought this was supposed to go away after the election. Like, why am I getting
Yes.
COVID? This
Yeah,
was supposed to
yeah.
go away.
Well, so what had happened was, someone that I have known for a very long time, like 20 years, which is obviously probably a flag flying in the air. They are from where I grew up in Polk County. So we typically tend to have differing opinions on things, I think, for the most part. But a lot of times that I engage in these conversations, usually it's fine. It's usually very respectful. I think that I'm not typically mean or out for blood. But I did go in hard this time, and I don't know why. For whatever reason, I decided to put my flag in the mountain.
Was this
and
today? Because you're just salty
No,
today.
I
Okay.
am salty today. No, it wasn't. It wasn't today. It was a couple of days ago. It was 3 days ago, 2 days ago. And you know what? Here's the thing. Here's why Facebook sucks. Facebook knew that it was really just buttering my biscuits. It knew it because, like, I would pass by what this dude posted, and I was like, meh. And I'd watch it, like, I'd read it, and then I'd just, like, watch it go by. And then I log back in, and it'd be right there in my face, but with new comments that were worse. And I just couldn't help myself, and I had to go in. Apparently, they had an issue with the same-sex kiss in Lightyear, and had to post about it, and what are they trying to teach our children? And I couldn't help myself. What, you looked like you wanted to say something.
No, I'm listening. This bothers me. It pisses me off. And I didn't know we were going to go down a political route, but it's like, okay,
well, that's where the fight came from. But it wasn't
a male
a fight
and a female
in my
can
mind.
kiss.
Right. Here's why I was
like
frustrated.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yes. She was
Snow
asleep.
White,
No consent. Not even consent.
Beauty and the
Sleeping
Beast.
Beauty. Right?
Right.
Okay. But listen. So their point was they shouldn't be shoving it down our kids' throat. Like, they don't need to know about those things at this age. And I was like, just to be clear, you're okay with, like, princess kissing princesses, but not this, because it seemed like he was saying sexuality in general. And he was like, no, people who are there to save the day, superheroes save the day, point blank, period. That's it. And I was like, okay, but you're okay still, you're saying, with princes and princesses kissing. And he was like, are we still talking about PG-13 or rated R? And I was like, no, like Princess and the Frog, literal frog.
Bestiality.
At that point. Things like that. Like, that's, and somehow that took a turn into, I voted for Joe Biden, so I'm immoral, and I'm okay with shoving homosexuality in my children's faces, and there is gay propaganda. And I was like, what exactly is gay propaganda? And he's like, Google it. And I was like, no, I want you to put it in your words. Please say it. I just want you to type it. Please do it. Because that would actually give me more joy. What about heterosexual propaganda? Because I feel like that's far wider represented than homosexual propaganda. And so then he went off on this long tangent about how I am a very immoral person. And I was like, well, happy Father's Day though. Yeah, man. So I was like, I'm just trying to understand how we got down this road of presidents and religion when we were talking about sexuality in a cartoon. I love the deflection for you, though. It's very giving. I do love that. But it's going to be a no for me, dog. And then he unfriended me. I don't know, man. But then my sister jumped in, which was hilarious to me because typically she doesn't get involved. But I did screenshot some stuff and I was like, look at this. And she was like, Mary, why did you even do that? Like, why'd you? And I was like, I couldn't help myself. Usually I'm okay. I just couldn't this time. And she's like, don't. And then I guess she happened to log in because this is a mutual friend and saw it. And she had to jump in at my defense because he did get a little nasty. And I think for the most part, I was very respectful for what I said, so I needed my sister to jump in and like kick some ass for me too. But it ended up before he unfriended me, she jumped in, said something. And he was like, well, when you poke a bear, they're going to fight or bite back or something. And I thought he was talking about me, so I posted
Did he
a
call
gif
you
of
fat?
No, a bear.
Whoa.
They're gonna maybe he called me fat. Maybe, what do you think I'm fat? I don't know what. Oh no. God, now I'm fat. Oh man, I'm immoral and fat. Wait, oh great.
You could be president.
I could. Not right now. Wow, I'm signing off. I'm gonna sign off, guys.
I'll tell you what, Mary.
Sign.
People like that guy that you encountered on Facebook, they're my favorite type of people in the world because they're the same people that talk about how fragile our society is and how fragile our kids, the new generations are, and then they get offended by like the smallest things like that. So like what I've been starting to do is like I love gay pride stuff because I wear this rainbow gay pride watch band. I have the gay pride face, right? Because I love how it looks, first of all, but I also love that it irritates other people, and I love that it makes other people feel good. So it's like I'm getting every sort of like thing checked off my list. I think it looks cool. It's helping other people out because they see I support, right? And it's also angering these people like that guy on Facebook. So you get the trifecta.
Yeah.
You get the trifecta.
Yeah. It's my favorite, though. Like, I just wanted him to say, I'm homophobic. Like, just say it. Don't hide behind
He
a
didn't have to.
children's
Yeah,
movie.
he didn't have
You
to.
didn't have to go with all you didn't have to do all that. It was a lot.
I also love that word. Homophobia.
Homophobic.
Like you're afraid of gay people?
Yeah, man, he was afraid of they are afraid of their children seeing that. And he's like, I don't want to shove it down their throat. Oh my God, who is asking your children to swallow a movie? Like, the hell are you talking about?
Well, he's probably shoving something down someone's throat he shouldn't be.
Typically.
I've never seen anything where I'd think like a kid shouldn't be seeing this because I think it will influence them to be or do that thing, let alone two people.
I mean,
of the
I
same
watch
gender
Nightmare
kissing
on
each
Elm
other.
Street. I'm not causing, well, I do probably cause nightmares for people. I don't know, but
But you don't murder
also that
people
guy
in their
movie.
nightmares? You don't
Right, yeah,
infiltrate
like I'm
people's
not gonna,
minds?
I'm not
Interesting.
infiltrating anyone's
Interesting.
mind. Not yet, at least. I haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was wild to me. And I think what frustrated me the most, though, is that I was respectful and I tried to keep it lighthearted and was like, I think that it's healthy to have good conversation like this. I think that you should keep opposition within your view, because if you don't, then how do we grow, right? Like, I have a lot of people on my social media accounts that I don't necessarily agree with, but it's good to see how other people think. It's healthy.
He
And
didn't
then I
even
got
wait for your
unfriended.
birthday to unfriend you.
Nah, man, didn't even wait. Well,
So
yeah.
I will not be
that
seeing
was
Buzz
that.
Lightyear. Based off the atrocities that you just said, I will not be seeing
Yeah,
Buzz Lightyear.
so apparently there is a very quick same-sex kiss at
Oh
some
my
point
gosh.
that is
The
just
horrors.
the children. What about
Is this
the
a horror
children?
movie? Is this a horror movie or a kids
It's
movie, Mary?
horrible, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's...
A satire
should
for
be-
anyone
it's
who doesn't get sarcasm.
pornography, basically. But also, like, so when he was like, I was proud of myself that I didn't go in hard, though, guys. Like, I held myself back because he's talking about, like, immorality, and I had so many really shitty things I wanted to say to this dude because I've known him for 20 years, so I know some things,
Right.
you know?
Mm.
And I'm like, I know that you eat shellfish. I know that you wear mixed blended fabrics. If we're talking about Christianity and morality, bro, you're not going to make it in that boat either, if you know what I mean. Like, we're all missing the boat. So, like, where do we
Right,
draw
right.
the line in the sand? I love crab legs. I'm not making it in that boat, no matter what. I get it. But
I don't know if this is some weird analogy or if Christians can't really eat crab legs.
they're not supposed to eat
It's,
shellfish,
Chris,
man.
Yeah, shellfish, they can't touch the skin of a pig.
Well, that's pretty
So, like,
shellfish
football-
of Jesus.
It is. Look,
I've never
but
read
my
that in the
favorite
Bible.
thing
I've
is
also
when
never read the
people
Bible.
love to like fall back on religion but don't know it, and they just assume because I have different beliefs that I haven't read it in and out too. Like, I promise, man, like, I can give you a lot of information, but like, oof, I was real nice and I was proud of myself, but then I laid in bed and I was like, but maybe I could have just not too. Meh. What do you have to say, Scott? Let's move on to another topic.
So I did this really weird activity at work.
Getting
it wasn't a weird
COVID?
activity, but no.
Okay.
That's normal nowadays, please. It shed some light on the fact that maybe it's more real than we think it is in Florida. But have you ever, Mary, I know you've had to go through this when you're in groups and you have to do group role playing.
I've never had to do it in a group before.
I've done it, but I can't talk
maybe.
about
I'm
I
not.
don't-
Okay. Look, I'm not talking about sexual. You and I both work worked in the hospitality industry. Okay, where you're talking about guest service situations or leadership situations, and we had to do like role playing where, okay, one person's the guest, the other person is the team member, and then the other person is a manager. And it's like, okay, here's the scenario and go. And you have to act it out.
Oh, we know that you're awful at improv too. Oh no.
Yes. So
It's so bad already. Oh God.
we had to do.
Did you get
we had
fired,
to do this.
Scott? Is that why you're faking COVID? Is that you're just trying to prolong your employment?
No, but we had to do this. I'm in this like 5-month leadership class, and so they put us in these. It's all virtually, but they put us in these little groups, groups of 3. So we had to do this role playing thing with these groups of 3, and I was a baker that loves puns. Thank you. Figured there was a delay. Thank you, Ryan, for that. I was dying there. But it was like, okay, one person's the leader and they're coaching the employee on something, and the other person has to observe and then give feedback. And Chris, my hands started sweating.
Was it the COVID or was this before
racing.
or after?
No, this is like a story that I've been hanging on to for 3 weeks, but we could never get to it. This is like 3 weeks ago. And it was nerve-wracking. Because I'm like, okay, am I going to be judged? Am I going to do this?
Yeah,
right?
they're 100% going to be judged.
Right? Am I going to take it too seriously? Am I going to be in a group with people who are really taking it seriously and I'm not taking it seriously enough? It's awful.
Wow.
You've never had to do like a role playing type thing.
Welcome to Chris and I's life every day. Every day is a role play for Chris and I, okay? We're masking all day long.
Well, that too. I pretend to work.
I told Chrissy, I just told Chris the other day, I said, look, I have just as much anxiety as the two of you do, but I'm just not as flamboyant about it. I don't go like parading around.
Yeah, we don't shove it down people's throats, man. We don't have a Pride Month. We have nothing. God.
You do. You guys have your own flag and everything, the anxiety flag. I'm just a closet anxiety.
What is the anxiety flag? Just a white flag waving like we give up? What is it?
I don't know, but we should come up with one.
The Xanax logo? What is it? No.
I don't know. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Mary's got some strange news. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Listen to Keeping the Towel with Aunt Boogie on SoundCloud, Anchor.fm, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. A new episode is dropped every first and third week of every month. Once again, Keeping the Towel with Aunt Boogie. Wipe the blood, wipe the sweat, wipe the tears. But whatever you do, don't throw in your towel.
Hey everyone, it's Dane from Big Beautiful Diz. If you're not familiar with my channel already, I do videos about theme parks, historical videos, interviews with people from the theme park community or people that have worked in or with a theme park. I give my opinions, plus I review the latest Disney, Marvel, or Pixar movie. So head over to youtube.com/c/BigBeautifulDiz and hit that red subscribe button. I'll see you over there, everyone.
Hi, this is comedian Miguel Colon, and you're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris. Don't forget to vote for us, Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition under the category Local Notables Best Local Podcast. Just click No New Friends podcast. And now Mary's got some strange news.
All right, so I actually have 2 stories for you. And they're both they're centered around works of art. The first, have you ever been so upset about life that you dressed up as an old lady, went to a museum and threw a piece of cake at the Mona Lisa?
No, but that was really strange when Chris did that news story a couple weeks ago.
Is this the same one? Okay, well, look, they did a deep dive, okay? Do you know what I'm talking about, guys?
Yes.
No.
Wait, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, look, there's a deep dive though. Okay, we can bypass this, but there's a lot of mental health issues that are going on around this. Do we not want to get into that? Okay, that's fine. We can go on to the next work of art. Have you ever got a BJ so good that you crashed your car into a FedEx truck in Miami?
Oh.
Because this other guy did. So
definitely feel like you should have led with this story because you have both Chris and I sitting at the edge of our seats right
well,
now.
that's why I said it was a work of art, okay? And both ended up with a lot, and never mind. It was a big mess either way.
Fail.
There was a big mess either way that had to be cleaned up. So this guy driving down in Miami, and big accident between a sedan and a FedEx truck. It seemed normal upon approach of the scene. Homie did not have any pants on.
Oh.
But they were like, "Sir, what had happened here?" And the girl in the car was like, "I'm sorry." And it was her fault because it was a work of art. He was just, feeling himself and herself and lost control of the car, crashed into the FedEx truck. Unfortunately, when you cause an accident like that results in the loss of a lot of assets. It can be real rough on you. Oh. So, probably the most expensive trip to BJ's this dude has ever... so more expensive than the guy that threw a piece of cake at the Mona Lisa, because at least that was protected. This guy's dig and
it wasn't the
were
real
not
Mona
protected.
Lisa anyway. It wasn't the real Mona Lisa anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Mm-mm.
Well, this one was actually the real Mona Lisa.
Well, that's up to...
Well...
I don't know.
We deep dove on this.
Hate to break it to you, Mary,
we took a deep dive onto this. It wasn't the real Mona Lisa. Most works of art on display are not the original. They've got those in a vault somewhere. Because why would they
sit on a
display the
throne
real
of
thing?
lies?
Nope.
When did you deep dive that? Was I there for the episode?
No.
It's not my fault then.
Did you listen? Never mind.
No, of course I did.
Why is this her fault for causing the wreck? It's his.
I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying it was a work of art. I said it was a work of art. It was a damn work of art, is what I said. Did you not notice the theme?
Yes, I did. It was brilliant.
Whatever. Moving on. I'm all done.
Why are you so mad tonight?
I'm just salty.
What's mad?
I don't know. Nothing.
Let's deep dive into this. Why is Mary moody this evening? What's going on? Talk to me.
I don't want to.
Talk to us.
I don't want to.
Talk to us. No,
I thought you were going to say, talk to me, Goose, for a second. I was like,
talk
it's
to
not
me, Goose.
Rooster. Talk to me, Rooster.
Talk to me, Rooster. Talk to me, Dad.
No, stop. Oh, I'll cry.
So what's going on with you tonight?
I'm just grumpy, man. I'm tired. I've got a lot going on. I didn't do great on my last exam, and I'm not happy about that.
So you got a 97.
No, I didn't do great.
What is not great?
My grade in the class right now is a B, and I'm not happy with it.
I would kill for a B.
No, I don't think you understand. I need a 4.0. I'm just grumpy.
Okay.
That's it. And I'm supposed to have a BFF day on Monday, and my BFF may have COVID, and we may not be able to go do shenanigans. So I'm grumpy.
We will be able to look. I probably don't even have it anymore. I feel well.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I woke up sick enough. Felt like I got hit by a train. I felt great.
I feel worse, or I feel bad enough that I shouldn't be doing a podcast, but I am anyway. But I feel good enough that I'll be able to do a BFF day on Monday.
I'm just grumpy enough to be salty about it. So,
but I just don't understand why you're salty.
I have a lot of reasons.
Beautiful
that I can
kids.
Be salty.
You're in school for your dream job. You can just focus on school. What? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
It's me.
I'm doing great, guys.
Yeah, Chris, tell us about you.
I hate to be the person in probably the best position I've ever been in my life, but this morning I made a very huge decision. I finally bit the bullet and I ordered a bidet. And I made sure that it came same day because I was too excited about it. I installed it myself. I'm a certified plumber now, although my water has been running ever since I installed it. So gotta try to figure that out. I don't pay the water bill. So I have the cleanest ass I've had in years. I have the
Oh my
cleanest
God,
ass
yeah.
this side of the Mississippi. It is. So the first time I used it, I turned it ever so slightly, and then I was like, you know what? And I just turned it all the way up, and I just
And now
man,
you're not worried about the next prostate exam.
Listen, ever since I got my ass blasted for the first time, I was looking forward to it happening again.
Yeah,
So now I can
yeah,
just do it on
right?
demand. I actually just used it before the show. I haven't gone to the bathroom all day. I just like to use it. It's just refreshing. It's like I take a sip of water, and then I just give my ass a sip of water.
Yeah,
It's-
hydrated from both ends.
It's really refreshing. And it was only
Top to
$30.
bottom.
I had 14,000 positive reviews on Amazon. Watched some of the... I was debating on whether or not I wanted to watch some of the video reviews. I was a little nervous.
I would 100% want to watch those.
Yeah, so I did do it. And with these people, they got smart. They put saran wrap over the toilet bowl and then did it. My favorite one was the guy who said, guys, I'm a horrible plumber. I just installed the worst water fountain in the world. And just shot out into his onto his wall. And then there was this other woman. There was this other woman reviewing it. And she was. I thought she was all proper, and then she just started going off the wall. She goes, "Now this one is for the rear, and then the front one's for your woman parts. Unless you want your nuts washed, you could use that too. Because there are two settings. I haven't tried that one yet. That one yet.
Are there different settings for the beaver or the dam? Like, are there two different, like the twigs or the berries? Like,
So I didn't know how. Listen, I don't mind spending a lot of money on stupid things, but this one I wasn't sure if I'd like it. So I spent $30. I got the one that does the beaver and the dam, right? So, but listen, there's this one that Toto makes. It's $300. It's a whole.
I'm
toilet
sure it's
seat.
worth it.
Toilet seat.
Man, I
Click a
bet.
button.
Oh.
You click a button, the toilet seat raises up. Click another button, warms the toilet seat. Right?
Wow.
Then you get a little wash. You get a little wash down. You can pulse it. You can just stream it. You can do it, and then it gives you a little fan to fan you down.
Wow.
So that's $300. So I'll probably get one by next week, I'm thinking. I could probably just tack it onto my car payment.
So you just rented one?
Well, you can return anything to Amazon. But I did talk to my the people that are financing my car, and they said they could finance that $300 toilet seat over the next 20 years, the duration of my car, for 14% interest. So that's only going to cost me 75 cents a month for 20 years. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Great. I mean, to get a
brilliant.
So, but that's what's new in my life. I'm feeling the best I've ever felt since I'm a frequent bathroom user. It's the best. These bidets, you got to look them up. They are ambitious. Some of these bidets.
I love it.
Ambitious.
That's the only way I want my bidet. Is ambitious.
Yeah. Some come with like a little. So you have the sink part. How I call it, like a little spray, and then it comes with a hose, like in your sink. I don't know what I would do with that. I'd go crazy with that thing. I have no idea. But
I know exactly what I would do with it.
So I'm gonna give you guys an update next week on I'll do before and after pictures of the toilet,
I love
the
it.
install
YouTube video
of the install, not me. Come on, you sickos. But if you want
I didn't say it. I
please.
said I love it. Well, this is basically the Magnolia Network. Let's see the before and after of the Reno. Do it.
So yeah, I'll give an update next week on the bidet, because I'm sure maybe we'll make this a recurring segment.
It should be.
There you go.
Chris's Ass Chronicles.
Chris is correct. Well, I've actually talked way more about my ass than I've liked to in the last month on this podcast.
We actually haven't talked enough about it. Just
well,
ask Scott.
Hey, for $2 a month, you can join our Patreon where we have our own Discord channel just for my ass.
Yeah. It's more personal than a prostate exam.
All right, Chris, what do you got on Cliff Notes with Chris?
So not a whole lot of
Chris's
notes.
Cliff Notes.
Chris's Cliff Notes, we'll figure it out. Not a whole lot. Here's my opening joke. Scott has COVID. I thought that'd be a good joke for our Florida listeners because of, that's not real. So this episode started off with a really hot start. I switched up to a TV quote this time, which actually fell flatter than Joe Biden on a bicycle. Scott and his wife got COVID, which finally made them sleeping in separate rooms not weird anymore. When Scott's wife got COVID, the first thing Scott thought was separation from Rachel, the content. The first thing that Rachel thought was separation from Scott. I'm content. That's funny you say the thing about being over anxious about pink eye, because that's the first reaction, and it's probably the worst thing to do. You start touching your eye. It's almost as bad as when I was at the supermarket. I watched someone reach under their face mask to lick their finger to open up the produce bag. What was worse was the next place they stuck their finger. Spoiler alert, it was my urologist. So with Rachel having COVID, Scott had to start picking up the slack around the house. He immediately started feeling feverish and hot. I hate to break it to you, Scott, but getting a little hot and breaking a sweat is what us poor people have to do when we do housework. That's just normal. So, Scott, you're so desperate. You have to start having sex in the name of deadly diseases? Really? COVID sex? Read the room, Scott. You have monkeypox sex yet? Or do millions of people have to die first to get Rachel the possibility of having sympathy sex with you? Mary got into what she called a banter with someone on Facebook. And then she said she went in hard, and then said that Facebook was buttering your biscuits, to which I immediately blacked out. So can you please tell me that story again, Mary? We all know how unstrict Florida is with their COVID restrictions, if you could even call them that. Scott did so bad in his role-playing at work that his boss had to role-play when he found out Scott had COVID. Because, yeah, you're going to have to quarantine for at least 2 weeks, Scott. And listen, take more time if you need it. We'd hate for you to spread that COVID thing. So, Mary started off with strange news about this story about the Mona Lisa, showing that she doesn't listen to the shows that she is not on. And in other news, the sky is blue. And that's my Cliff Notes for today's episode.
That was awesome.
Wow. I feel attacked, but also seen right now.
This is my new favorite segment. I love Chris's Cliff Notes.
Hey, it's Alex from Diz His, and unlike the current podcast to listen to, we are looking for friends. So head over to dizhiz.com or find us on all social media at dizhiz65, or on your podcast platforms, search for Diz His, D-I-Z-H-I-Z. Myself with Joe, Jen, and even Chris. We take a Disney subject every week and go over the history, as well as any information we might know ourselves. Again, find us on any podcast platforms under Diz His.
All right, what do you got going on Diz His this week?
This week is Smuggler's Run, which I've never been on, but
yeah, you have. It's Star Tours, and with some buttons to press.
Yeah, never been on Star Tours either. Yeah, motion sickness, man, motion sickness.
Well, you've seen the POV video for the Iron Man experience at one of the other parks, right?
I have.
So you've been on Star Tours, and then you've been on Smuggler's Run. Just grab something to press buttons on, and you've now done Smuggler's Run.
Fair enough. Yeah. So I guess you don't want to listen to that one this week because Scott just gave you the history on it. But if you're interested in just hearing it being repeated by other people that you don't usually hear, you can check us out.
No, what's really cool about that attraction is it's a newer attraction, but the technology and how many people they can put through that attraction, because you walk in and you're like, oh, it's small, it's 6 people at a time.
Yeah.
No, there's like four different entrances into the Smuggler's Run, and it's on a huge turntable. So like there's actually a ton of people riding this at the same time, and a really cool technology behind it. So I hope you guys talk a little bit about the technology, since there's not really, it's not a historical attraction yet, but there's a lot of cool things there.
Yeah, if you want to maybe talk for another, 60 seconds, I think we can just bang out the whole episode right now.
I mean, it is basically the same podcast. You might as well go ahead.
I can tell you what I did this week in Disney. I watched that movie Rise, all about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his family. Giannis Antetokounmpo and his family. That was fantastic. You can connect with Diz His 65 on all social media. Check out their website, dizhiz.com. If you're looking to put a commercial, dizhiz65scott at yahoo.com. That's going to do it for us for tonight. As always, please connect with us, the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, the Twitter, all those social medias. Just check out our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our sweet merchandise and join our Patreon for just as low as $1 a month. You can watch us record live and see all this mess as it unfolds. Don't forget to vote for us on Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition under the category Local Notables, Best Local Podcast. We would really appreciate your vote. We're trying to win this year. We're trying to beat Tom and Dan. On behalf of Mary and Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.